Hello, just good viewers, back to another review, and today we're reviewing the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar for 2013. This isn't a 2012 version, and it's set number 41016. It has, 213 pieces. It's recommended for ages 5 to 12. It has 2 minifigures and retails for $30 in the US. And how you get this one is actually, it seems so far that's a LEGO store exclusive. The other 2 Advent Calendars, which is the Star Wars one for this year and the City one for this year, are at Toys R Us from what I've seen, but not this one. So if you really want to get this one, it's only at the LEGO store. And this was kind of the same case with last year, where they kind of made a very limited run of the product because there was like an issue with the manufacturing or something like that. And so they only released it at the LEGO store, and it was also $30. So it does have a very nice box. I'll get straight into the box. You can see there's lots of nice cartoony details back there. And please excuse these 2 parts because that's really the only way I could get this box because it's pretty big, I'll admit that. You can see here's the details with the punch-out holes. Very nice detailed little scene right here. And there is a little skating rink, kind of like how they did it last year for the bottom flap. I hope you guys could see that. Also, here is the back of the box, which kind of shows some advertisements for some of the newer sets and some of the contents in the set. And I'm just going to say this review is going to be filled with spoilers because I'm going to look at every single build in this set. And I'm not going to do it like I did last year where I looked at every single individual day. So let's go straight into the figures. Okay, so here is the first figure, and it is Stephanie. And you may be thinking that the background looks a little bit dark, but I'm actually trying something a little bit different. And you can see that she has some nice torso printing and some nice printing on her boots. And the torso printing is exclusive, and I'm pretty sure her leg printing is too. And of course, it's just a typical Stephanie hair and face, no back printing on the face. And she just fell because she's actually on skates, which are the same skates as 2 Series 4 figures, which was the finger skater and the hockey player, I believe. And you can see the skate pieces right there. They're pretty cool, but they can't really stand still on like a stud or anything like that, but you could always take them off so you could position them on studs and stuff like that. So here is the second figure. Her name is not on the box, so I guess we'll see her name if this is sold online because then they'll have the description there, but I won't call her anything. But she has very nice torso printing. Her legs are the same legs as one of the figures from last year's event calendar, which kind of blows. But, I mean, a lot of people didn't get last year's event calendar, so I guess this is a good way to get those legs. Her hairpiece is the same as Mia's, but in black. And she does have the skate, ice skates on her, just like Stephanie does. And they're the same ice skates as Stephanie. And she has no back printing, but like I said, the torso is really cool, and that's exclusive, but the legs are not. And that's it for this figure. So here are all the builds you get in the set. I'm going to do a zoom up on these a little bit later, but you can see that there's kind of a setup that forms once you put all of them together, and you're supposed to put this whole setup on the bottom flap of the box like it shows. But I wouldn't do that because the box is a little bit flimsy, so the flap might go up and then it might cause the pieces to fall and stuff like that. But I will be putting some of these in my winter village. And I left this in the bag because I didn't want to lose all of these pieces, just for you guys to know. So I'm going to zoom up on all these little builds. I'm not doing this in order, so I'm just going to hit these up all randomly. But here's one of the builds, and it's just a little stand. And these were actually a separate build, and I just put them there because they kind of fit there, which are kind of like maybe, I guess, cologne or perfume. That's it, perfume. I'm not good with that stuff. But you can see the front, it's not really detailed, but I guess it could fit in winter villages, which I'll put it there for sure. And that's really it. The 2 little perfume bottles do have some pretty cool crystals on them. I mean, the pink one isn't one of the rarest ones, but it's not too common. I mean, I know it did come this year in Andrea's room, I believe, which is a $10 set, but it's still nice to get one of those. And you got basically a clear perfume bottle, which is pretty cool. I like how they made these builds. And the stand, like I said, is pretty basic. You could kind of fit a friend figure, mini doll. Sorry, my chair's creaking right there. Well, she's on skates, so it doesn't really fit that much. But that's it. And then the next one I'll look at is the other stand. There's actually 2 stands you make. I think they were separate builds. It's nice to get this piece in this teal color. I mean, we did get it with another stand from another set, if you guys see, which is Olivia's Dune Buggy. But this was part of the perfume day, and it was just these two little perfume parts. So I stuck them there because it looks pretty cool. I like how they did the branch there, and there's the back. So not the most special builds, but believe me, it gets better. Another build was actually this kind of random build. These both were the same. I guess this is a little basket, but I'm not sure what this is. Somebody's probably going to tell me in the comments. I'm not sure. Yeah. Maybe it's a mailbox. I don't know. I doubt it's a mailbox. I put it right there. So I guess somebody tell me what this is, okay? And this little basket part is cool because you got these light pink colors. Which they come in a few sets, but you know, I guess it's cool to get them here. And as you can see, I'm not as excited with this set because I'll tell you in the final verdict, but it's not as good as last year's, I guess I could say. Another build was actually this little build, which is just a flower, some snow, and it's nice to get a white jumper. Those are always cool to get. I love getting jumpers, even though at this point they're not even rare. It's just they were introduced when they were pretty rare, like in 2010, which was one of the peaks of my LEGO fandom. And it's just, I always consider them rare. But they're getting so common nowadays, they're basically a common piece. And there's a little bit of snow, basically detailed with those white pieces. And this little, I guess, boardwalk or maybe a bridge or something like that. Or pathway in brown. So that's another one of those builds. Another one is literally just this little squirrel. And I know last year I think had a dog. Yeah, it had a dog last year. The squirrel, yeah, I mean the squirrel already came in a set earlier this year, which I do have. Squirrel's little treehouse or something like that, which was an animal pack for $5, so it's not really rare. And it's basically the same squirrel. Sorry about that cut, but here is the next little build, and it's probably one of my favorites, and it's the snowman. You may say, oh, well, why is this special? First thing, it's really adorable. Second thing, the hat is actually exclusive to this set, in that color at least. Somebody on Yearworks got this in a brick grab bag. I don't know how they got a brick grab bag. They explained it, I don't know. But this actually hasn't come in this color, and they got it in a grab bag, and they were kind of questioning which set it was from, and then someone pointed out it's only from the Friends Advent Calendar from this year. So that's nice to get it in this nice color. I always like getting new colors for pieces, especially when it's kind of like it's a very light purple. I'm not good with LEGO colors, so I don't know the exact term for it, but that is cute, and it's useful for any minifigure basically. If you, I guess, maybe a Winter Village figure. But this snowman will probably be my Winter Village because it's just so adorable when you get that special piece. Let me see. It's hard to actually keep track of all the ones I touched. Another one is kind of this one. You get this little music sheet, which came in a set before, which was Mia's room, and I think it came in another set. It came in the Heart Like High set this year, and probably a couple of other ones, but so it's not really that common. I mean, it's not really that rare, but it's nice to get it again because it's a nice printed tile. It's a music sheet. You see it right there. And the part that kind of struck me weird is that it comes with, I'm guessing this is a flare gun. This was the same exact build. It came with this part and this part. So I don't know what they were trying to indicate there. Is it a musical instrument? What is it exactly? Somebody's probably going to point it out in the comments, but I'm guessing it's a flare gun. I don't know why. Another build is this little Christmas tree, and it's probably the tallest build out of this whole set, but it's still pretty small for a Christmas tree. They've done this in basically some other event calendars where they put a mini Christmas tree, and it's nice to get that star piece. It's not really a rare piece, but we get a few of them in the set because you get some extras, and it's not that bad of a Christmas tree. It's kind of your standard ones, but with some nice see-through pink studs as ornaments. So that's nice, and I always add these to the Winter Villages because it's never too late to get as much Christmas trees as possible because, you know, everybody has a Christmas tree if you celebrate Christmas. Another build is this cute little lamppost. We usually get these with these Friends Advent Calendars, or at least we got them last year because there's only been 2 Friends Advent Calendars. But I would expect one next year, and I would expect that it would have a lamppost. This is a pretty cool build. It's like, I guess, a frozen water fountain. there's a name for these. I mean, it's not a frozen bird bath. It's like I don't know. But it's a cool build because you get this piece. It's not really a cool build, but you get this really cool piece, which is the crystal piece in this color. And in this color, it's actually pretty rare because I think the last time it came out was, don't quote me on this, might have been 2007. I don't know. I think for Belleville, they had it in 2007. I'm not completely sure about that, but that's what I think they had it for, in this color at least. So that's nice to get a more rare piece, and it just kind of stands up like that. And I guess it doesn't look too bad because it looks more like an ice sculpture or something like that. We're getting to the much smaller builds. So here is a zoom up, and this piece is, I guess, a snowmobile. And this is one of my other favorite builds because not only do you get this really cool piece, which I believe came in a dolphin cruiser with the jet ski, and you could kind of position a mini doll to use it by making them stand up and just putting the little part in their hinge, and you can see right there. So that's really cool. But you also get this nice mint color, as I call it, piece right here. The piece isn't rare. I always forget what they're called, but I'm pretty sure it's exclusive in this color to the set. So that's pretty cool. Always nice to get exclusive colors to sets that are cheap like this, only $30. And the rest is kind of just bland, but it's still pretty cool. And you could attach the next build, which was this one right here. And you can see it's kind of just attachment. And I'm guessing you could put the squirrel there. So if you want to transport the squirrel, just pop them on there. And if you want to put a friend's doll like sitting, it works like that. So it's kind of a dual, dual use thing, because you can put the squirrel or Stephanie or whoever and make the new girl driver. So that's pretty cool. It attaches like that, kind of like last year's thing, but still it's nice to get that nice mint piece and then this piece, which is the little driving thing. And next up is my favorite build of the set, and I know that's weird. Favorite build alone, like, all the other ones I like especially because of the pieces, but there's a lot of cute ones, but this part is my favorite because it's so clever. It's an iHome. I mean, how cool is that? Just pop the minifigure, what is it? The Trendsetter's little iPod on there, and you basically got a basic Lego City iHome. And it's just such a clever build. They put this little piece right there, and you just stick the tile piece in the middle, and that's it. Bam, iHome. You can see the speakers are right there, and then they used the telephone piece, which is not common, really common, especially in pink. So the iHome is my favorite build of the set. It's such a small build, but it's so clever. I love how they made that. So props to LEGO for that little build. Next up is the milk and cookies for Santa, I guess. Very basic. You get the nice printed milk carton, not really special. And then you get a few presents as separate builds. You know, just little throw-ins. I guess you could put this small, thinner present in the basket they put, so you can make it, I guess they deliver it or something like that. Still doesn't really make that much sense. There's a longer present, which is actually the last build, which isn't really anything special. And you can see it's a very long present. So that's pretty nice. There's this build, which is a little purse, and it's nice to get this piece in this color. And the cool part about this is, even though it's out of scale, it's still a little bit clever because you got the $100 bill and the little gold studded tile, as I call them. And it's so out of scale, but that's still pretty cool because it's basically a basic purse. And that's that. And there is this build, which is a very small little bench. And you could, of course, sit a mini doll right there. They don't stick on because it's a tile, but they fit on pretty well. It's just a little bit out of scale, as you can see, but I guess you could have a mini doll bum where they just kind of lay on there. And there you go. It works better as a little laying bench. And we see a lot of people laying on benches in Florida. You can see that it's connected to kind of like a hinge, so you can move it down like that. And yeah, kind of a little bit small. I think they would have been better as if it was bigger, but it's still pretty cool. There's this build, which is just really just a little basket. I guess you could put the little squirrel there. Where is Squirrely? It doesn't fit too much in there, but there you go. A little resting place with a leaf part. This build, which I screwed up, and you can just ask Be Kind So Rewind. Of course, he's awesome. And I screwed up and said that this was a new piece for a second. And of course, it's not a new piece. I don't know. I'm supposed to be really good at knowing Lego pieces and stuff like that, but I screwed up this, and it's such an old piece. It's just that I've never actually had a set with this piece in it. So yeah, I'm not really familiar with this piece. So it's nice to get this piece. It's not the most rare, well, it's not the most common piece. I know it came in this color, I believe, in the mini modulars and the Big Ben architecture. So you can see those are not really the most common sets. And there's still that flame right there, which looks pretty cool. And it looks a little bit like an Olympic torch, I guess. And for the last build that I'm going to be showcasing is this one, and it's not really a build, but it's just an accessory pack, and you can see, dump it out. And bam, I know this came in, I believe, was it the pet shop for, what was it, the pet beauty salon? That was one, right? Yeah, this year, the pet salon. And it came in the Dolphin Cruiser for this color and all these random pieces. So not anything special like last year. I think they had it in teal or mint, all these pieces. And this year they kind of put it what they did in 2 other sets. So I'm not really proud of it, about that. But it's still nice to get these pieces. And you can see there's the mirror, the brush, the other brush, and like all these little bow ties and little accessories and stuff like that. Hair dryer, I like the hair dryer because like the hair dryer and the mirror and stuff like that, those are cool because you could use them kind of in Lego City stuff if you're not the big Friends fan, but I don't mind personally, especially if it's purple. I love purple stuff. And you can use just about any piece. I mean, a lot of people are so uptight about Friends, and it just annoys me. I mean, Lego Friends shouldn't be isolated. It should be treated as all the other themes, even though as people say it's girly. I think the pieces are magnificent. You could fit these pieces with Lego City. There shouldn't be a barrier that says, oh, you can't use this piece. This is pink, so you can't use this piece. So that's it for my little rant about Lego Friends. Now let's get on to the final verdict. Okay, I forgot to show you this in the beginning of the review, but we do get this little advertisement which shows the Wind Girl and some of this year's sets, but I guess that'll be the backdrop, and I know you guys like the Wind Kids, so there you go. But overall, I think that this set is a little bit worse than last year's. This one actually has one more piece than last year's, which is kind of weird. But I think last year's had a lot more cooler pieces. Like we got all these accessories in mint, which was really cool. But this year has some really cool pieces that are useful in like Lego City especially. As some of these accessories are only useful for Friends hair pieces and hair pieces with the little holes in it. Like this hat right here, the mint car piece, and what was the last one? Oh yeah, the where is it? The crystal right there, which is kind of rare. And I think that last year's builds were a little bit more structures. Like we got a table, I believe, a fireplace and stuff like that. But this year we got like 2 stands. I mean, come on, 2 stands. I wish we would have got like a more different, bigger build. And the biggest build I think was which one was it? It was the Christmas tree, I believe. And the Christmas tree is kind of like last year's. They always do a Christmas tree. So yeah, I would probably give this set a C+ because there are some really nice pieces. Like I said, it's always nice to get the skate pieces, especially since these only came in Series 4. And I actually did get those 2 other figures. And this piece, which I was totally unfamiliar with because I have no sets with that. So there's a lot of rare pieces in this set. And I think personally, I don't have the other ones, but I think this is the best advent calendar this year just by the looks of it. The other ones I know don't have really any exclusive pieces, but I think the City one has a lot of cool builds. So it's kind of stronger on that sense, but no really rare pieces. So once you take it apart, you know. But that's really it for this review. I'll see you guys later with the... Oh, and I forgot to mention that this one has a lot of cool builds. Like we got the iHome. I love that build. The little vehicle, which was kind of like last year's, but I actually think I like this vehicle better because we got this cool piece right here. That little snowman, which I think is one of the best snowmans that we've gotten in one of these event calendars. And I guess the fountain one's pretty cool. But that's it for this review. I'll be doing Series 11 pack openings very soon. I'm trying to get my hands on them. I'll see you guys later. Bye.